welcome back to Googie's Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. It's lovely to have you here. My name's Alexis and today I want to show you how to make my dad's beef stew. Now this recipe is really easy to put together, but it does take some time to cook. It's okay though, because it's one of those dinners that you can just put in the oven and forget about for a while. My dad was a very traditional cook and he really enjoyed making his traditional dinners. He did like to experiment sometimes as well, but traditional meals were one of his favourites, and this is one I can always remember him making, so I had to include it in my recipe book, Gifts from Grandpa, which is available to buy on Amazon, and I will link it in the description box below for you. This book has 56 family recipes in it, so most of them are my father's, some of them are mine, and a few are my nan's and one of my grandfather's as well. So again, I will link this book in the description box below for you, but we're going to be having this for dinner tonight because I just fancied it. It's a very cold day today and I really fancied a warming meal this evening. So we're going to be having beef stew and I thought I'd show you how to make this. So here is how to make my dad's beef stew. So for this recipe you are going to need about 500 grams of diced beef stewing steak. You're also going to need 1 onion sliced and diced as well. I've done this very small, but you can have it chunky or any way you like, it doesn't matter. Then you're also going to need 1 carrot peeled and chopped. Again, you can have it chunky or you can have it in very small pieces if you like it like that. And then I've also got 1 celery stick. I've sliced this very thinly, and I do prefer celery in a stew sliced very thinly, and I would recommend it sliced thinly as well. And then I've got some tamari, so I think you need about 2 tablespoons of tamari, which is soya sauce. So if you can't get tamari, you can always use soya sauce. I use this because I have a gluten intolerance, that's why. And then you're also going to need 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, and you're going to need 2 tablespoons of brown rice flour or corn flour. If you can't get rice flour, that's fine. And then you're also going to need 2 bay leaves and 2 garlic cloves chopped as well. And then you're going to need probably about a handful of thyme as well. And then you're also going to need some beef bone broth as well, or you can use chicken stock or vegetable stock if you want to. And then you're also going to need 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, and you're going to need a handful of spinach, which I don't have here, but I will show you that at the end. And then you're also going to need some salt and pepper to taste as well. So I'm going to preheat my oven to 160 degrees. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a large pan on a high heat, and I'm going to add some oil to the base of that pan, just a little bit. And then I'm going to spread that round with a plastic brush now. I'm just going to spread that as evenly as I can until the base of the pan is all coated in the oil. And now I'm going to leave this to heat up. So the bottom of the pan is heating nicely. I can hear the oil sizzling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my onions that I sliced and diced up. So I just used 1 large onion. And I'm just going to fry this until it starts to soften, basically. This has taken probably about a minute to 2 minutes to fry off. But the onion has started to soften now, and it's started to become see-through and clear. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in my beef stewing steak to that. I'm going to fry this until all the beef stewing steak has browned now. So every piece of this beef stewing steak needs to be like a brown colour before I'll move on. So the beef stewing steak, as you can see, is a lovely brown colour now. So I'm going to add in my vegetables. So I've got the carrots and the celery in this bowl, and I'm going to add in this as well. And I'm just going to stir this round just to get some heat through the vegetables. That's all I'm doing this for. Thicken the gravy that's going to be in this dish with these vegetables and this meat. So now I've done that, I'm going to add in my bone broth or chicken stock or vegetable stock. I did say bone broth in the book, but you can use chicken stock or vegetable stock if you want to. And then I'm also going to put in 2 tablespoons of tomato puree into that as well. That's sizzling away nicely there. And then I'm also going to put in 2 tablespoons of tamari or soya sauce if you can't get tamari. Tamari is normally in like the Asian section, or it is in the gluten-free section. So this has no gluten in it, whereas soya sauce does have gluten in it, unfortunately. So that's why I use it. And then I've got 2 tins of tomatoes as well that I'm going to put in. Adding in 2 tins of tomatoes now. I'm going to stir these vegetables round. Oh, I've forgotten to put in my garlic. Never mind, I can put it in with the bay leaves, it's okay. Yeah, you're normally meant to fry off the garlic as well. But don't worry too much if you forget, like me, just throw it in at the end, it'll be fine. It all tastes the same. It all tastes the same. So now I'm going to add in my bay leaves as well. And I'm also going to add in the garlic that I should have added in earlier, but never mind. And I'm going to stir those around as well. And the bay leaves do give it a really good flavour as well. We're quite lucky. We have a bay leaf tree in the back garden that I planted when we first moved in. And I love going out there and picking fresh bay leaves. It even grows during winter as well. So it's quite a hardy plant. It will grow any time of the year in any type of soil as well. And then I'm going to add in some thyme. So there is loads of flavour to this, and I'm just going to peel back the leaves from the thyme, and I'm going to put those in. So I'm just going to do this now. So to peel back the leaves, what you do is you just pull down the stalk, so backwards down the stalk. So you grab a bit and you just pull backwards down the stalk, like so. Doesn't matter if you get a bit of stalk in there. My husband and son will probably complain, but I won't. I'm just going to turn this heat down a little bit as well now, because it is boiling away quite nicely. So I've turned it down to a medium heat, but I might turn it down to a low heat in a second. I'm just going to put these in. So I've added the thyme now, and what I'm going to do is turn this down again to a very low heat. I'm going to add salt and pepper as well. You can add as much salt and pepper as you like, to your taste basically. And then a bit of salt as well. And then I'm going to get the lid for this pan and I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to put it in the oven for about 2 hours now. So the beef stew has been cooking nicely in the oven for about 2 hours now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my spinach. So I've just got a bowl, like a handful or 2 of spinach. And I'm just going to mix that around with the stew. Oh, it feels lovely, actually. The meat is all tenderised in this pan as well, because it's been slow cooking in the oven, and it's really nice. It smells yummy as well. So I've let that wilt down, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop this back into the oven with the lid on still for another 10 minutes or so, just to let it cook for a little bit longer. So that's my dad's beef stew done, and I'm going to be serving this with mashed potato this evening, so I'm really looking forward to that. I do love beef stew and mashed potato, I have to say, and I've done a video and a recipe on the best mashed potato, so I will link that in the description box below, and I'll also link the beef stew in the description box below too. And as I mentioned earlier, That recipe is also in my cookbook, Gifts from Grandpa, which is available to buy on Amazon, and I'll link this in the description box below too. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye.